Welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is August the 6th, 2026. We're going to be talking about AEW because, ladies and gentlemen, they were at Mexico for a Grand Slam AEW Dynamite where you got to see CMLL guys and AEW superstars. Guys, I'm sorry, but I've seen these CMLL guys. I really watch AAA Lucha Libre because I've seen Mexico do a lot of botches. A lot of these luchadors do a lot of botches in these shows. Like, I'd rather watch AAA with their thing. Like, they're actually doing good things. Sour. Pineapple is sour. But then pineapple, I never tried pineapple, so I don't know they're sour, but ooh, yeah. Very sour. My fan's on high, and I'm getting hot now. Trying to turn it more. Guys, I hate summer. Thank God it's August. It's almost the end of the summer. I am happy with that, because I'm sweating my butt off here every time I go out with the dog. Like, we're trying to do good walks here, nice long walks, and then I'm just feel like I'm sweating. I feel like I'm melting. My dog is huffing and puffing and drooling everywhere because he's hot. It's very annoying sometimes because I tried to take him to the park and I don't want to go to the park because it's so dang hot. Like, the sun is beaming on me. The sun is beaming on my dog, and my dog is acting up because he's hot or something. I don't know, but it's hot. Every time I go outside, oh my God, I feel the heat. When I go in the hallway of my apartment, of my building, it's hot. I'm sweating. I'm dripping. I don't like it. But yeah, I'm hoping that we finally end this dang summer. I'm hoping it ends soon. I don't like summer. I hate summer. Summer is not my favorite thing. I like to be cold. I like to be chilly when I'm sleeping, not sweating my dang pillow. It's very annoying. My dog over here is having fun right now. He's having toy time. While I do my video, and then he's doing his little toy time, play with his toy on my bed. He's getting better. There's sometimes he does some good walks, where he doesn't pull. But where I live, ladies and gentlemen, where I live, there's a lot of construction happening. So now we have to do a lot of crisscross around things because the park is straight ahead to me, but now there's a whole bunch of, I guess they're doing construction on the sidewalks. So now I need to cross the road and walk straight on the other side of the road, other side of the sidewalk. And then we have to cross again to get to the park. Ow! So it's a very annoying thing to do, and I don't like it. Because for some reason on the road, he really acts up on the road. I don't know why he plays around or he runs. See, this is what I don't understand. He is always up my butt. I know he's not literally. When he's always with me inside. When we're at home, he's always with me. What is that's his toy. I see a shadow, but his toy's in the kitchen. He's always with me inside. Everywhere I go to the washroom, he's there. I go in the kitchen, he's there. I sit on my chair, he's here. But when we go outside, he wants to get the hell away from me. Like, he looks like he wants to run. Like, what did I do so bad? I never hit him. I yell at him because he does some bad things. He's not supposed to be doing bad things. The veterinarian says, oh, don't yell at him. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? To tell him that he's doing something wrong. Just say no? He's not going to listen to that. It's like a child here. People are telling me, Oh, don't yell at, people are telling me don't yell at him. You're going to not yell at your child? How are you going to make your child listen? Teach them. I hate when people telling me how to train my dog. I had one person in the elevator. My dog like ran in the elevator because he does that multiple times. So I guess this guy got scared, and then when I was trying to get off the elevator, I think he said, "Watch your dog." The dog didn't do anything to the guy. He ran into his corner. I think I told you guys he likes to sit in the corner when there's people around in the elevator. He likes to sit in the corner. I try to make sure people let him sit in the corner, but some people don't let him sit in the corner. But he was sitting in the corner this time. There was two people. One guy didn't really care about it. He got off his floor. And then the other guy was glued to his dang phone. But when we're about to leave, he says, "Watch your dog." What did my dog do to you to make you say, "Watch my dog"? I don't know if you said, "Watch my dog" or "Wash my dog." But my dog had a bad... that day, so it's not wash your dog because I already washed him. He has a bath like every 2 weeks, and on that day that he got a bath, somebody said, "Watch or wash your dog," because if he'd step in something or he rolled in something, I know he didn't roll in anything because I make sure he likes to play with his sticks and he lays down and plays with the sticks. So I know when he lays down, he's not going to lay down on any poop because I know he's not on any poop or on any pee that he's on. I know everywhere is pee, but I'm like fresh pee where it's still wet or damp. I'm talking about that. I'm not when it's dry. I will smelt it, right? If he said wash your dog, I will smelt it. If it's something really bad that this guy could smell, I could have smelled it, right? Because my dog pooped in the apartment once, and I smelled that everywhere. So I don't think he said wash your dog, or because I think if he's smelly, I think somebody will tell me my dog smells when I'm in the elevator, not about to leave the elevator, right? That doesn't. Why would you do that? So, why are you telling me to watch my dog? I hate when people are telling me how to train my dog. Other people have their own tactics, right? Everybody has their own tactics. I don't mind advice. But don't tell me I'm doing something wrong. Because my dog, when I tell him to sit and stay, he sits and stays. He doesn't do anything. Like, he knows this is how smart he is. Every time we leave, I tell him to sit at the door before I open the door. That he doesn't run out. Right? I make sure that he doesn't run out. So now, every day, when we go to a door, he sits at the door. He sits. I don't have to say sit. He sits. I open the door. There's 2 doors to go outside. I open the first door. We get out. We go up to the second door. He sits down and waits until I open the door. He doesn't walk. He doesn't run out. That's why I make him sit, because I don't want him run through the door and hurt himself. Right? So I don't want him hurt himself. So that's why I let him sit at the door. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I'm just saying that he will listen, and he does. He listens. We do it even when we go home. We go through those 2 doors to get to the elevators. I made him sit outside. I wait until he's fully sit, and then I open the door, and then we go to the second door. I make sure he sits fully, and then I open the door, and then we go to the elevator, and then I tell him to sit here, sit in a spot. I tell him to stay, don't move. Because some people come out of the elevator, he lets the people come out of the elevator. And then when I tell him let's go in the elevator, He goes in the elevator. And you're telling me I'm doing something wrong with my dog. I'm sorry that he likes to pull outside. That's like every walk with every dog outside. I had the same problem with my other dogs, with Dakota and Buddy. Because there's a lot of things happening outside, and they don't know if they're going to get scared or they get excited. I'm sorry that you're part of it, because you're outside where everything happening. Because inside, not a lot of things happen. It's always the same day that we just sit around, we watch TV, and then Buggins could just lay down and play with his toys. It's always the same thing we do every day, right? But outside, there's construction, there's cars, there's people, there's a lot around things happening every single day. So, and there's other dogs. I didn't see a lot of dogs yesterday. We might see a whole bunch of dogs today that he never met. So there's always different things, and he might be scared of it, or he gets excited. That's why he pulls me. Yeah, I don't like it very much, but he gets excited. Sometimes there's food on the ground. But I hate when people tell me how am I training my dog, how am I treating my dog, and all that stuff. Don't pull him back. Really, don't pull him back? He's pulling my arm out of my socket and I don't need to pull him back? I have to yell at him. I have to pull him back to teach him a lesson. I don't pull him hard. I pull him to sit down. I don't yank the thing. I'm not that strong to yank it. I only use both my hands. I use one hand. I do a little tug to make him sit. Okay, I don't hurt him. I don't even use two hands. I don't yank it. I don't even do. He does it way harder than I do it. Because he is stronger than me. But I'm trying to tell him to sit down and relax because he's going crazy. This morning he was going crazy because there was a dog where we always go to and they were off the leash. So I had to go around my building because we have two entrances. Go around the front way. We go around that building, and he was pulling the living hell of me, and he's scaring the people, and he's doing all that stuff, so I had to pull him back. I don't know why people are saying, oh, don't pull him back, you're going to choke him. He's been choking himself because he's pulling so hard. And people buy these harnesses because it's supposed to help them. I understand it will try to help them and make them comfortable. But what happens if you have to put him on a collar? And he doesn't learn. You have to teach him that he can't be pulling like that. He needs to be comfortable on both things. A harness and a leash. On a collar. Because maybe what happens if your harness breaks? And your only thing you need to do, because I'm going to wait until the weekend. I have work to buy another harness. Or Amazon will take a while to come here. I have to wait 24 hours. What happens to that? And then your thing you have to use is a collar, but the dog you can't use a collar because he pulls like a crazy man. You could choose the easy way, the harness, but normally dogs use collars and leashes, right? I know on the harness you use the same thing, you use a leash. I understand that. I do understand that. That's the easy way. But everything breaks. And if your harness breaks, and it will take you a while to get a new one, and the dog has to go outside, has to go potty, and that's your only option, what are you going to do? You have to train your dog to walk on the leash, on a collar. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to buy a harness. It's not going to hurt them. Like every kid, they're going to do the opposite when you tell them no. They're going to hurt themselves. But when they do hurt themselves, they think things through. Just like dogs. When they're puppies, they're not going to do what you say. You have to train them to do what you want them to do. But and then they will try to do something to hurt themselves. And you let them do that. Let them know that you're hurting himself. Because he's going to stop. Because I remember yesterday in the evening a walk I did with my dog. Afternoon walk was horrible. He was pulling like a maniac. But in the evening, we had a quite good walk. No pulls. Him sniffing on people's lawns, going to washroom, no pulls. I took him to this new place, because I tried to go like the end of the sidewalk where I was going, and he did not know where this place is. So I guess he got a little panicky, and then he got to start pulling because he doesn't know where he is. If you take him to a place where you take him every time, he will know where he is, and he will stop pulling. Because I take different routes to go to the park because of the construction thing, and I take him to different places. So he gets a little, he says, the park is this way, while we're crossing the road. And now he needs to sniff, now he has to sniff again, sniff new places to understand where he's at. He needs to understand where he's going and that not to get panicky. So, I don't think I'm hurting the dog. I'm just teaching him that what he's doing. You're hurting my arm. You're hurting your neck. You hear yourself huffing and puffing. I know he's not really hurting himself because he's not crying. Okay? He's not acting like he's really hurt. He's just huffing and puffing like every dog does. I've seen a lot of dogs huff and puff when they walk. Because they do a little pull, right? They do a little pull and they huff and puff. Every dog does that. It's what they do. He's not huffing and puffing now because he's not choking himself. He's not pulling. I can't say he's choking himself. I don't think he's choking himself. But a lot of people use collars. Not a lot of people use harnesses. I think harnesses is like for the small dogs that they can't really pull hard. They're not going to hurt you, right? When they pull, they're not going to pull you like crazy. But with big dogs like Buckus and really strong dogs, you need a collar to tell him that you're doing something wrong. I think harnesses is for the small dogs that can't pull really hard. Because every time I see a harness on the dog, they're medium size. Buckus is a German Shepherd, I believe, and mix of a King Corso. And I say the King Corso, the big and strong. You think a harness is going to stop him from pulling? You pause this video and look at King Corso. Look at a German Shepherd. You're telling me a harness is going to stop him from pulling? Tell me that. Tell me that you think a harness is going to stop him from pulling. It's not going to stop him. If he hurts himself, he will understand what he's doing wrong. Guys, I have a prong collar. And look, that thing is supposed to, like, poke on his neck and stop him from pulling. It didn't stop him. He still pulls. He has to learn the hard way, the tough way. You hurt yourself, you will learn. You will learn to not to do what you're doing wrong. I'm sorry, it's called tough love. Like, I done everything. I got different collars. I got different leashes. No, we every time we get a harness, we buy a harness, a really heavy duty harness. He learned how to take it off. So we couldn't really buy harnesses because he always figured out to take it off. So we had to buy a collar that every time he pulls, it gets a little tighter around his neck. Not too tight, where it will freaking suffocate him. It won't suffocate him, okay? Calm down. But yeah, we tried everything. So I'm trying this way. Do tough love. Let him do what he's doing, okay? Let him hop and pop and choke himself. If he really hurts himself, not just hop and pop. If he cries, he knows that he's hurting himself, and he will stop. I'm telling you now, he will stop pulling so hard when he makes himself cry. He doesn't really like zoom by and the leash will like tug back at him. He's not going to do that. He doesn't do that. He just goes pull when we start walking. When I stand there, when I tell him to sit and tell him to go, he doesn't go zoom when I'm standing and and then the thing goes tight and it like that. No, he just pulls. He just pulls. He doesn't like zoom by. It's just he gets so excited he wants to sniff everything. He wants to see there's food everywhere and all that stuff. So yeah. Like I said, I think for dogs like this, I don't think you should have a harness for him. Because he's a very strong dog. Maybe trained dogs could have a harness that would feel good on him. But Buckus is not trained walking yet. Because he is 8 months only. He's not a year yet. So we still have a lot. We have 12 months, right? We got 12 months for this. Why are you scared? It's just Michael Green on YouTube. We got 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 months left until he turns a year. 4 months left. And 10 days, because his birthday is on December 10th. Oh, wait, why am I saying 12 months? His birthday. We got, today is September, October, November, December. Yeah, we got 4 months still. I don't know what I'm doing. 4 months and 10 days. So he's not a year yet. So people say it's easy to train a puppy while they're a puppy. I train me and my dad and my brother. His name is Brendan. Now you guys know. Me and my brother and my dad, we train Buddy because he hasn't really got the best training. Because we all been lazy boys. We're not dog trainers. But so he wasn't really acting right. He was nibbling a lot. He wasn't, and he's jumping like a maniac. But we didn't train him as a puppy. He was a couple years old, and he did very well. The nibble turned into kissing, the licking. He's always with me. He lays down with me. He doesn't go crazy on me. He doesn't pull like a maniac. I don't think training a dog, maybe the small little things like tricks. Because Buckus know how to do paw. He knows how to sit. He runs in his cage when I tell him to run in his cage. When he's not in trouble. When he knows it's bedtime, he runs in his cage. I think those type of things is easy to teach when he's a puppy. Like tricks. But training him to do what he's not supposed to be doing, like he shouldn't be doing. Are you scared of a picture on my knees? What's wrong with you? It's okay, it's a picture. It's a picture. You got dirt on you. It's a picture. I think those part is easy to do. Is give him tricks is easy to do when he's a puppy, but when I tell him not to pull, it's not easy when he's a puppy. Because every puppy wants to do what they want to do. They're excited. There's some things that you can't teach them when they're a puppy. My dog is scared of my pictures. I got pictures of my family on my TV stand. He's getting scared of them. What's wrong? It's pictures. It's acting weird. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I have my ways of teaching my dog and my ways of training my dog. I don't need people telling me I'm doing wrong. Because I had 2 dogs. I trained those 2 as well. Because one was from a pet store. Didn't get much training. We got her as a puppy. And the other one was a rescue from the pound. So he was more harder to train. Right? He was way harder to train because whoever had him last, the last owner, didn't really care about him. This dog was scared of everything, going through doors. He didn't want to go near like dumpsters. He didn't want when I tried to take the garbage out, because the other building that we had didn't have a garbage chute, so I had to go physically outside and throw the garbage out. And I thought, hey, I'm going to take the dog out soon. Take the dog out this time. I should take the garbage out. So I did that. I took the dog took Buddy to the dumpster. He didn't want to go in there. There was like a little fence around the dumpster for no animals to go at it. So this is a different building. This is not this building. But this building had that fence there, and you could just toss your garbage in the dumpster. But my dog wouldn't go through the fence. Like inside of the fence to get to the dumpster. He was scared. So whoever had him last, before he went to the pound, he was terrified. He was terrified. So I don't know what in the world those people did to him before he went to the pound, and they thought, oh, I can't take care of him because I'm an idiot, because we didn't take care of him well. Let's take him to the pound. I don't know what's up with these people. I don't know what's up with these people. If you can't have kids or have dogs, don't try to get them. Don't adopt. Don't try to make them. Don't buy a dog. Don't try to rescue a dog if you can't take care of a dog. Don't do that. I understand, Tyler, you're pulling on the dog. That's just to teach him. I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm not abusing a dog. That's sickening, man. That's sickening. Every time I see like stray dogs outside, like dogs that doesn't have homes, like homeless people, it's sick. Because they don't have a choice, man. They can't get a job. It's hard for them to learn things, man. It's not like human beings where their brains, we learn from other humans. They're listening to humans. That's why it's a lot more patience. And that's why people say to their kids, getting a dog is lots of responsibility. I know the big responsibility. I always had dogs when I was a kid. My grandma had 2 big giant dogs, and I thought it was a good idea for me to take a dog. And it was bigger than I am, and I tried to walk it, and I almost lost it because the dog wanted to go somewhere, and he yanked out of my hands. I fell onto the ground, and the dog almost ran. I was upset because I lost my grandma's dog. Thank God they found him. My goodness, like seriously, I don't like how people treat dogs with no respect. These animals, they are terrific, man. Like my other dog, was my support dog. When we had to put down my older dog because she was getting older and getting weaker, and when we came home upset, me and my brother we were upset. Buddy never left our sides, man. He never left our sides. He put his head on our laps when we sat down. He laid with us. He didn't want to leave our side. And he lost his own sister too. So it's hard, guys. And how people treat dogs. I know I'm ranting right now. I said we're going to do AEW results and I'm ranting, but I've seen a lot of people and a lot of dogs chained up to a tree and act like they're wild animals. Oh, they have a doghouse, but how they're going to be in the doghouse if they're chained up to a pole? People say, oh, putting a dog in a cage is cruel. My dog is at home, in a nice home, where nothing's going to hurt him, sleeping in a cage. There's a reason why people invent dog cages. That they could have a good sleep. And they won't hurt themselves when we're not at home. They can't hurt themselves. What happens if they break something and it cuts them and you come home and they're bleeding? I'd rather have my dog in a cage while I'm out. When there's nobody here to watch him. Let's say my brother's out, my dad's out, I'm out, and he's by himself. I'd rather have him in the cage, and if he drops like glass, he won't drop no glass. He won't get cut, he won't get hurt. Nothing's gonna fall on him. The cage is to protect him. People think, people buy cages to protect your home. Yeah, you could do that. For a puppy that will rip your apartment apart or your house apart. But for me, I think this is having a cage is a good thing. Because if we're not home, he knocks the TV down and it falls on him and nobody will know about it. And we can't take him to the vet because it could be too late. Because I'm going to TNA, right? We got 2 hours to watch of TNA. And we leave him out here by himself. And I have a big giant screen TV. If he knocks that down and it falls on him, we don't know anything until we get home. At least when he's in his cage, I know he's safe and he's protected. There's nothing in there that he could hurt himself. The cage is not going to fall on him. There's no glass in there. Just his food. His food won't hurt him. I don't think he's going to choke on his food. The very small little kibble. He could swallow it. I don't have big ass food for him. I don't do the fancy dancing. Put meat in it and a whole bunch of other things in there. No, I just give him kibble. Okay, that's why they invented dog food. That's why they invented it. Feed your dog with dog food. Because it's supposed to help their coats. That's what we did with Buckus. And he has a nice, shiny coat every day. Every day he has a nice, shiny coat. So that's why I put him in the cage. Even when I'm sleeping. Because he could do the same thing. You think him eating cords is a good thing? No, it's not a good thing because they're live. They're plugged into something. What happens if he does that, shocks himself, and the place goes on fire? I'd rather have him in a cage where I know that he can't do anything dumb or do anything that could hurt him. Let's say not dumb. Let's not say dumb. Where he could hurt him. He doesn't understand what is wires. He doesn't know what is a TV. He doesn't know anything of what human uses. He doesn't know that. So I'd rather have him in the cage. I don't care if he breaks anything. I rather have him protected. I have him in the cage to be protected. I don't need him to get hurt. Yes, he can't help the apartment from getting broken into. He can't attack somebody. But a lot of people get scared of dogs bark. And I heard Buggus bark when somebody knocks on the door. When he knows it's somebody that he doesn't know, that, oh, my dad's home, I'm home, my brother is home, or my brother's, he's gone for his summer vacation, so we know he's not coming back until whenever he comes back. So the dog knows that. So if somebody knocks on the door, he will know it's a stranger. He will know it's a stranger. He will bark. And he doesn't like when he will bark when somebody's in the apartment. When we had the fire alarm testing, and the superintendent has to come in here to check on our smoke detector, he did not like it. He did not like it. But I had to let the superintendent in, so he didn't like it. So he is protective, but it's hard for him to protect when he's in a cage. But I'd rather have him in the cage be protected from anything else that could just fall on him. There's a lot of things that could fall on him, or he could cut himself. And I don't want that. I don't want to come home and see my dog on the ground hurts. Nobody wants to see that. I'd rather have him in the cage. The only times I let him stay out of the cage is when I go shopping, because there's a grocery shop right close to us, so it will take me a couple minutes. I let him out of the cage, keep him out of the, stay out of the cage for a couple minutes. But if it's going to be like the 2 hours, or it could be 3 hours, because we don't know how long the traffic is for TNA. We don't know how long it's going to be. We know the show is 2 hours, but we don't know the drive. We don't know how long it's going to take us. It's in Brampton, so we don't know how long it's going to take. So I'd rather have him in the cage where he's protected. He has his food. I don't know about water. I had to give him water. If it's going to be 2 hours, I had to give him some water because he needs water. So yeah, he does need that. But normally he spills the water. But that's okay if he spills the water. It won't hurt him. He's not going to drown. You can't really drown in there. It's a bowl of water. It's not a lot of water. He won't drown. He's tall, and there's holes. There's a tray that's not even big, so it won't make it like a bath. And there's holes that where the water could just drain out. I hope it doesn't drain out because it would ruin my wooden floors. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's that with that. I rant. I'm sorry, but I'm keeping all this in. So let's get to AEW results. Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't get no segments. It was match after match, match after match. So let's get to it. We have Adam Copeland and the Young Bucks versus the Death Riders in an 8-man tag team match. Pretty decent match, but ladies and gentlemen, Adam Copeland was about to do something off the ropes, but when he went off the ropes, he accidentally hit Matt Jackson off the apron. Not really off the apron, because the apron was the ramp is like a bridge, so he just sat on the ramp. But ladies and gentlemen, because of that, Death Riders gets the win, and there was an argument between Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, and Young Bucks. Next we got Andrade versus Commander versus Tommaso Ciampa in the number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet match at All In. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was Andrade. He's number one in the Gauntlet match. But Andrade had some things to say. He's going to win the Gauntlet match and become the number one contender to the world title and become the world champion. Andrade got attacked by MJF. He's saying that he's going to be in the qualified match to be number 2 in the Gauntlet match. That's going to happen on Dynamite as well. He made this guy bleed. He took his ring back from Andrade, made him bleed. He attacked him with a Triple B, the world title that doesn't get defended anymore. And he called Kenny Omega a paper champion because Will Ospreay helped him. How is he a paper champion because somebody helped him? How many times do you cheat to win a match, Mr. MJF? So that happened there, and then, ladies and gentlemen, next match we have a 6 women's or a trios match with the women's Will Nightingale teaming up with the Brawling Birds to verse Megan Bayne, Leon Cross, and Mercedes Moné. Pretty decent match, but the winner of that match was Will Nightingale and the Brawling Birds. And Tony Khan made it official. We saw a picture on the Titantron. The Brawling Birds will get a shot at the tag team titles against Cross and Bayne. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have the International Championship on the line. Kyle Fletcher versus Mike Bailey. Awesome match. Interesting match. I enjoyed it. But the winner of that match was Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher gets the win. Congrats for Kyle Fletcher retaining the title. And then, ladies and gentlemen, Okada comes out to get ready for his trios match. But Kyle Fletcher was trying to do his celebration. But Okada comes out and ruins the celebration. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a trios match. Mystico, Darby Allin, and Chris Jericho versus the Don Callis family. Okada, Hachi EE0. I call him Hachimo, but that's his name. I forgot who the other guy was. There was another one, right? Don Callis family, I don't know. Was there a... Oh yeah, Kevin Knight. Because Darby Allin's in the match. It was a pretty decent match, but Mystico did a botch on one of the springboards. I'd rather watch AAA do their springboards. Oh my god. No, thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Darby Allin, Chris Jericho, and Mystico getting the win. Next, we have Persephone will be versus Chris Statlander because Chris made sure that Persephone did not win the TBS title last week because of the help of Shida. She helped Maya World to retain the title, so this match happened because of that, and how Shida won the TBS title a couple weeks ago in that Survival Fitness match. How Shida won the title, and Persephone attacked Chris Statlander with the TBS title. So that's why this match is happening. Well, the winner of that match was Persephone because of the help of Shida attacking Chris Statlander once again. I think we're going to have a tag team match with the TBS champion and Chris Statlander versus Shida and Persephone. I know I'm saying her name wrong. And then we have Hangman Adam Page, Brody King, and Bandito versus the Demand for the Trios titles. Okay, now I got a question here. What the hell is the point giving the titles to Ricochet and his team for like 2 weeks or a week to lose it to Hangman, Brodito? They're not even a real trio. This is the first time they're having a match as a trio, where the Demand had a match multiple times as a trio. What's the point of giving them that? Like, they've done it a couple of times. What is the point giving some people a championship if they can't even hold it long? Can you hold it for the pay-per-view? What the hell is it? Adam Page, Brodito wins the titles. Why? There was no rivalry. Hangman and Brodito help Orange Cassidy, Roger Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly from a post-match attack. For some reason, that's the feud, and to end the feud, you give the titles to them. Why? We got Will Ospreay versus Mark Davis in the street fight. This was a bloody match. These guys use a tire. They use everything. They even use a fork. They use everything. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Will Ospreay winning the match and getting rid of Mark Davis. If you guys enjoyed this video, yes, it is 44 minutes long. But I have my rants and I talk about my dog. Guys, don't worry. I'm not hurting my dog, okay? Don't think I am because I'm pulling him. Let him pull himself. There's a tactic of everybody, right? Everybody has their own little ways of doing training, right? People do it the easy way. Some people do their hard, tough way. I'm doing both ways. Because I'm not letting him to pull so hard. I'm not letting him do crazy things. I'm not pulling him hard, okay? I'm pulling him back to calm down. That's it. Nothing else. I'm not yanking at him, but he needs to calm down. He likes to be excited. We need to calm down his excitement. I'm not hurting him. Don't worry. That's all me today. Tell us out. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys tomorrow for TNA results. Bye!